Good day, you are watching Marine News, and I am Lena Ramasanto bringing today's in-depth report on one of the most essential systems in our country, taxation. And the changes brought by the Train Law, let's begin by understanding what taxation really means for us Filipinos.
Thank you, Lena Romasanta. Taxation is the lifeblood of the government. It's the process by which financial contributions are collected from individuals and businesses to fund public services. But more than that, taxation reflects how we share responsibility in nation building.
Taxation follows principles like equity, where people contribute based on their ability to pay and efficiency, ensuring that taxes are collected in a way that doesn't hurt productivity. It's not just about taking money, it's about building a better society.
Here are the key types of taxes in the Philippines: income tax, levied on earnings, value-added tax on goods and services, excise tax on items like fuel, tobacco, and alcohol, property tax on land and real estate, and custom tax duties on imported products.
These taxes support roads, schools, hospitals, and even disaster response. So the next time you pay tax, think of it as your share in building the country.
That's right. And in 2018, the Train Law changed how we pay some of these taxes. For a deeper look at this form, we turn to Mr. Jimwell Caputli at the Department of Finance.
The Train Law, or Republic Act 10963, was implemented as part of the Duterte administration's tax reform program. It was designed to simplify the tax system, promote fairness, and fund government infrastructure and social programs.
Here are its major features: lower personal income taxes. Those earning 250,000 below annually no longer pay income tax. Higher excise taxes, especially in fuel, sugar drinks, and tobacco. Expanded VAT exemptions to ease burdens on small business and make essential goods more accessible. Increased taxes on luxury items like expensive cars and high-end goods. Revenue from train has funded roads, classrooms, and the government subsidies, including free tuition and the Porpis program.
Okay naman po sana yung lower income tax. Pero patuloy pa rin po sila tumataas yung presyo ng mga bilihin. Hindi po bumababa. Mahirap pa rin po yung pamumuhay.
Malaki po ang tulong ng tax exemption. Mas malaki ang budget ngayon.
Maganda na may VAT exemption para sa essential goods. Pero sana tuloy-tuloy ang suporta sa mga small businesses.
To help us understand more, we have with us Mrs. Janine Jule. What are the challenges in implementing train?
One major challenge is inflation, when fuel and transportation costs rise due to taxes. Prices of basic goods follow. However, this can be managed through subsidies and careful planning.
Does the Train Law meet its goal so far?
Yes, especially in terms of increased revenue and simplified taxes. But continuous monitoring and adjustments are needed to ensure equity and prevent burdening the poor.
From bridges and roads to healthcare and education, train plays a role in financing these efforts.
Taxation affects us all. All the understanding it is in the first step to responsible citizenship. Where the Train Law has brought changes, it is crucial that reforms remain inclusive and sustainable. This has been Lena Ramasanto reporting for Marine News. On behalf of our team, thank you for watching, stay informed, and stay involved. Good day, everyone. Thank you.